So this question is testing our knowledge and understanding of the periodic table. And some things to remember is as you move across the periodic table, we are going across periods. And as you go up and down the periodic table, we refer to those elements as in groups, okay? So using the letters, which elements are metals and which are non-metals? So non-metals, again, if you remember some of the knowledge over here, you've got a set of steps that comes down, and everybody on this side of that line are the non-metals. So you could have the letter E, letter G, letter X, but you only need to pick two. So just pick two of those to get the marks in that question. Give the letters of two elements in period 2. So now don't fall into a trap again here. This is first period, goes across. And then the second period starts over here with the letter A. So you could have had either A or E, or you could have had G with one of the other two as well. Give the letter that normally forms an element of +1 charge. So if you remember, group 1 always form a +1 charge. So again, there's two possible answers. You could have had J or A, and just one to get the marks in there. Okay, next one. These are isotopes. Explain in terms of subatomic particles what is meant by an isotope. So what we need to say here is that they have the same number of protons. That will get you 1 mark, but a different number of neutrons, and that will get a second mark in your response. All the elements are in the same sample contain, so from our definition, we know that they have to have all the same protons, so it's going to be that one. Element X has got atomic number of 18. State the electron configuration. So because that's the atomic number, that is also the number of electrons. So if we had 18, we'd have 2 in the first, and then 8. That takes me to 10. That leaves me another 8 in the third. So the answer to that would be 2, 8, 8. Okay, last little bit in this question. It says here, let me just change, I'm going to change the thickness of my pen for you, make it a little bit easier. It says here that calculate the empirical formula, and we've got 2. So here I'm going to put down A, and then I've got G. And the first thing we're going to do is put down the mass, and we've got 3.5 grams of this and 4 grams of G. We then write down the MR, or the atomic mass. In this case, A is 7 and G is 16. And what we can then work out is the number of moles. Now to do that, you do this number divided by this number. That's why we write it down this way. So if we do 3.75 divided by 7, it's 0.5, and 4 divided by 16 is 0.25. Then we do divide by the smallest number. Now be careful, this is sometimes where people fall into a trap. The smallest number of these two is this one. So divide them both by 0.25. So 0.5 divided by 0.25 is going to be 2. And 0.25 divided by 0.25 is 1. So therefore, my empirical formula is A2 and then G to get the full marks for that question. So this question is wanting us to draw the electrons in a molecule of water. You can already see here how hydrogen's bonding. So I'm going to repeat that on this side. And in here, we've got 1, 2 electrons from the water. So it tells us here we need 6 electrons. So that means I must have 4 more not directly involved in the covalent bond, and there they are. In terms of marks, you get 1 mark if you've got these 4, and you've got another mark if you've got the hydrogen bonded in the right way.